Oh, hello. I've been expecting you. Come with me and I'll show you around. This is my little work hut here. It's up at the top of the garden, and I've been here about 40 years, I think, and I think I've written just about all my children's books in here. It's lovely and quiet, and, well, you couldn't possibly work in the house with all the vacuum cleaners and things. So this is where I go, every morning and every evening. You mustn't expect it to be tidy in here. It's never swept out or dusted, because no one's allowed to come up here to do that. I'm the only person who ever comes in to my little work hut. And every morning I sit down and I get myself really comfortable like this. That is the right slope for my writing board, which I put there. Put my light on. I sharpen my pencils first. This funny little thing that I've had for years. It always works. I put them in there. Pour myself a bit of coffee. Well, there's all sorts of funny things have gathered on this table beside me here over the years. For example, this, believe it or not, was one of my own hip bones, which was sawed off my hip because of there's osteoarthritis. And when they saw that off, they then put that in its place. It's called a prosthesis. What else have we got here? This, well, that's another operation. That's a spine, the result of a spine operation, one of the 6 I've had. These are the chippings of a prolapsed disc in your spine. And the surgeon put them in there and gave them to me. And they've been there for years, just for fun. Well, the first thing I do when I come in is I always sweep my writing board clean, because it's full of little bits of rubber and stuff from the time before. I make these boards myself so that I can get them exactly the right size. I put billiard cloth on the top. And on this board, of course, I wrote the last book that I finished, which incidentally is called Matilda. For about 20 years, I've had a tiny little note in my notebook saying, do a story about a child who can make things move with her eyes alone. And I've kept looking at this over the years. And finally, a little over a year ago, I decided I'd have a go at it. The first time Matilda discovers this power of hers, she gets angry with the headmistress, and the headmistress has a glass of water in front of her. And she stares at the glass of water and suddenly has a wish to tip it over into the headmistress's lap. And she feels the power suddenly surging behind her eyes. And she sees it just wobble a little bit and start to tip. And she pushes harder with her eyes and harder. And suddenly, over it goes.